Yeah, so I mean, really, I mean, I understand the basics. I understand calls is when you want to buy, puts is when you want to like pretty much sell. But it's like understanding, okay, how do I get in and how do I get out? What's considered a favorable options call or put, and then figuring out, okay, like what's really a good play. Am I supposed to be looking at I see the gamma, the theta, all that volume, all that other stuff. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what exactly am I supposed to be looking at? I understand, looking at maybe price action or how the market is moving, but what exactly am I supposed to be considering when it comes to something like that?
Great. Good questions all around. I like that. All right. So we're going to get into it, right? Let me know when you can see my screen. Okay.
Nah, I can't see anything, gang.
All right. I'm going to wait for it to load. It might be my network. Just let me know when it pulls up.
You might need to click stream, I guess.
All right. Let me
go over his name and click the button on the Wealth Prince.
Okay, yeah, now I see it now.
Hey, if you guys in the chat, sorry, not in the chat. If you guys are not able to speak and you can type in the chat, for sure, do that too. But, all right. I'm going to pick up. So, well, I'm going to start with what we're on. We're on Tesla. All right. When you look at this, you can see the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks is clearly the trend is clearly going upwards, right? Clearly going upwards, right? So it's bullish. So one of the first things you look at first thing you need to know when you see a chart like this, you got to understand that it has been rising, but it can still continue to rise, right? So this blue line here I've got is a price target. It's a line where, price failed to go higher last time. It reversed, went down. And then one thing I want to point out is my style of trading. This is not somewhere I would take calls. The reason being, as you saw last time, when we got this level up here, hold on, let me just check something.
No, I don't.
Hold up. I gotta check one thing because nobody answering. One sec. I left a gift for you in microwave. All right, I'm gonna try share screen again. Let me know what you see. All right, let me know if you see it now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
Let's do this. So Tesla is clearly bullish. It's been rising for like 3 weeks straight since the end of August. It's clearly bullish. The reason I would not take calls here is because here is the blue line. The blue line is the line we don't like because it's where price reversed last time. It's where price got rejected and the stocks started to sell off, right? So one thing I need to point out to everyone who's in here is just because price reversed at this line doesn't mean it's going to reverse it again. But history tends to repeat itself with stocks. So I would not be surprised to see it reverse here. Like I said, for me, this is not somewhere I would take calls. It's also not somewhere I would take puts because price can, it's bullish, so it's going up. You don't want to take puts because it's clearly in an uptrend. It's bullish. You also don't want to take calls because same reason. It's already ran a lot. I'm not saying it still can't go further, but there's better opportunities elsewhere. So knowing when to some puts also ties into knowing when to not take anything. Here, for me, I wouldn't take anything. And if I was to take something, I'll be taking it up to this blue line for a $4 gain, and that's it. As you can see, Tesla moves $6 or more in a day sometimes. So for me, there's nothing to be, there's better opportunities elsewhere. And if I was to take Tesla, it's a very small trade, AMD, similar story. Double bottom on the 1 day, on the daily chart, right? You see it bounce, price bounced at this level twice and took off. Now we're at a point where, cool, it's already ran, $25? Even more, $30. And we're at a point where I had a previous line of resistance/support. Here, last time price was at this level, it consolidated back in June. This time, I'm trying to just watch to see what it does at this level. If it continues higher, cool. I will get into calls and play it up to, up to 171, play it up to 185, etc. If it starts selling off, I'll watch to see what it does, and see how far it can drop back down to the moving averages. A $4 or $5 drop, I will trade that, and that could probably happen within a day. So if I was to take calls or puts on this, I wouldn't jump now. I wouldn't guess now. I wouldn't jump at open tomorrow. I will wait and see what price does. I will wait and see what the stock does at this level, because previously at this level, we consolidated. If it's going to consolidate again, I'm not swinging that. If it's going to take off from here and keep going higher, then I will take calls. If it's going to sell off here, then I will take puts just down to my levels. I like to use the levels because it gives me an idea of what the stock is going to do. Exxon, similar story. From way back in April, it's had a pretty, it's spent most of the time in this channel. Sure, there was a couple weeks period here, a few days period here where it's out of the channel, but it tends to trend between 113.78 and 119. Now, those are my levels. It's not the exact levels. It's just an estimation, an approximation of the stock price action. I like this for calls because we broke above the moving average. We broke above the 9 and the 21 moving average. They are beginning to cross to the upside. Like they were diverging and now they're crossing to the upside. They're converging again. We want to see this continue higher. I do think it's going to go higher. My first price target would be that 117, 118 price point, Then we're going up to 119 price point. One thing to note with ExxonMobil is the same way it's back in this channel, it can fall out the channel again. Last time it fell out the channel, we dropped a whole $4. That's a big drop. Last time we got into this channel, which was just a couple weeks ago, we went from 113 all the way up to 118. That's $4 or $5 gain. So again, something to watch this level. I would look to trade up to 118. I'm leaning more bullish than bearish. Different reasons, 3 different reasons. 1, we've entered the zone again, that range. 2, moving averages crossing to the upside. 3, it's clearly bounced on the 200 moving average and it has back-to-back green days and it is looking more bullish again. Different signals give you different indications. Different indications give you a different insight into what the stock could do next and what kind of trade you could be looking to take. Let's bring up the Qs. And this is all just technical analysis. We're not doing the fundamentals. We're not talking about the markets. We're not talking about interest rates. None of that this time. But I want to point out with the Qs, right? We're near all-time highs. Same with the S&P 500. We're near all-time highs. So one thing to remember is just because they're up high, see, SPY at all-time highs. Just because we're up high doesn't mean it can't go higher. But just because we're up high as well doesn't mean you should automatically get calls. People think they see something bullish and they have to get calls. People think they see something bearish, they have to get puts. That's not always the case. Reversals can happen at any time. So what would I be looking to do with the S&P 500, right? We'll talk about S&P, then we'll talk about the Qs. S&P 500. Well, we're at all-time highs. I feel like it's a little bit exhausted right now. I feel like it's still got a little bit of room to drop to at least 568. Whether that happens in a day or a couple of days, doesn't matter. I'm looking for a pullback. Pullback towards the moving average before we push on higher. If we break below the purple line, which is the 9-day moving average, the 9-day EMA, I will look to short it to this white line. Why? Because this white line, and I could even extend it all the way here, this white line is pretty much a resistance price point where price reversed not only in end of August, but but also back in July. This is a price point where price seems to reverse. Now, old resistance points, become new levels of support. If you've traded the stock market and you've used support and resistance, you will know that old levels of resistance here can become new levels of support. What that means is price action is now at 573, 574, 571, all that, all up here. Price can fall down to 562 before it consolidates and we see us try and push higher. But once again, just because we're up here in all-time high, it doesn't mean we can't go higher. Never bet against the stock market. The stock market can go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, but it will also pull back to go higher at times, which is what I could see happening here. So my first price target to downside would be 567.89, near the moving average. My second price target would be those highs that we struggle to break above the price where price action reversed both times last month and then back in July. This is a level of old resistance. This can become a new level of support. I would not be surprised if it becomes a new level of support. Similar story here, This yellow line was previously a resistance. We gapped up over it here. We fell back to it here and gapped down below it. We pushed above and broke out here. We fell to it, this level here, and continued rising. We bounced and continued rising. So those are just the levels you need to kind of pay attention to. I can screenshot this. I can put it in the chat. I don't mind, whatever. You guys are in the Discord. Ask questions. If you're confused or you don't know what's going on, just ask. Let me know. So I'll go back to the Qs, right? So the Qs are a little bit different because we're near all-time highs. We're not actually at the all-time highs. It's about 502. The Qs also are relying on different stocks to what the S&P 500 is relying on. But same way, you look at what's occurred here. We've had 2.5 weeks of run, pretty much green days, right? We've had 2.5 weeks of which has incurred pretty much a $37, $38 gain, which is pretty incredible. Now we could be a little bit exhausted over here. We could have pulled on back. We could be seeing an attempt to just, fall back to the moving average before we go higher. Last time we fell back to the moving average when we were up here, at a similar level, we broke below, right? We broke below, we dropped all the way to 449. But there's a lot of factors that come into it. This is just the technicals. There's a lot of factors that come into it. And that's kind of the basics you want to look at when it comes to calls or puts or determining what the market may do. But one thing, if you're new to the trading game, if you're new to this Discord, if you're new to the markets, if you're new to all of this, you got to have your own watch list, right? You got to have, I'm recording, but let me just put this on screen though. All right. I forgot the guys on YouTube not seeing. Okay, cool. Yeah. One thing which is important, you got to have your own watch list. You got to know what you're trying to do. You got to understand what you're looking for, what you're expecting, how you're going to execute. All those things contribute to what you're going to do in this market and how you're going to make gains. If we look back at the stocks we traded this week, Palantir, right? This is a hot one. Everyone's been talking about it now. Cool. Right? We've been talking about it for $6. Now it's $36. Cool. We're at a price point where it's bullish. Everyone expected to go to 40, 50, 60 in one day. It's not going to do that, right? We're in calls right now. We're just above the moving averages. We're hanging on to the moving averages. We're trending nicely. This is bullish. There's nothing. I know people was joking saying just get puts. Nah, not really. We're pulling on back. You see the stock from June. June, it was $22. It's increased by, that's what, 60%? Yeah, 60% till now. It pushed on up for a month straight, sold off. Pushed on up for a few weeks straight, sold off. It's pushing on up again. It sold off a little bit. It could sell off more yet, but I'm expecting us to trend a little bit higher before we sell off. This is a bullish stock. Zoom out. Daily chart, bullish. 4-hour chart. Looks like a bit of consolidation, but if you zoom out further, scroll left. What they always say, scroll left. You can see it's bullish, right? There's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to this kind of stock. If if it sells off a little bit, so be it. It might pull on back. Fine. But we're expecting it to trend higher. It is a bullish stock. It has plenty of good news. If we want to bring the fundamentals into it, it has plenty of room to run higher. We're probably going to retest that $38 level sometime this week. I would not be surprised to see that. You know, we may fall down from here. We might. You know, no one can predict it. It's not that easy. My point being, people that are in these kind of stocks understand if you are that scared, you are that worried, then look at intraday price action. Every day, Palantir pops at some point. Look, Thursday popped to 37. Wednesday, end of day, popped from 36 up to 37.10. Friday, opened up. The pop came early within 25 minutes, right? If you are that scared, you are going to be up on this, you know. There's going to be times you are up on this. If you're that scared, you will be up. You know, right now, I think we're up 1%, something like that. I can check the contracts after. But my point being, if you are that scared, every day it's popping up and it's selling off or whatever. If you are that scared, take your 20%, take your 25%. But you're not going to ever get a 300%, a 400%, a 500% if you are scared every time a stock pulls back a little bit. You're never going to get a 200% gainer if you're scared every time a stock does this. Look, a stock does this. And again, I'm not saying you shouldn't manage your risk. Definitely manage your risk. But my point is, some of these stocks, where's my mouse? Let's put my mouse on. There we go. Some of these stocks, right? Look at UPST. Some of these stocks, sure, we got in Tuesday, it was selling off. Cool. You know, it started to uptrend again. Are you already out by this time? Are you already sold your calls? I don't know. If you have, well, you're not going to get this move. If you haven't, well, look what happens the next day. Pops up. Look what happens Thursday. Pops up at the end of the day. Look what happens Friday. Pops up. If you are in a good setup, which is positive, which is strong, there is nothing to be afraid of. Stocks are going to pull on back multiple times. Look, they pull on back. As long as they're not tanking and dying, you should be good. You should be going into your trade with convictions. I can't express to you how important it is. And I know people will say, oh, you have a bigger portfolio, this and that. It's not just that. It's also understanding your risk to reward ratio. People are going to jump in Tesla calls right now, and then they're going to tell me because they're down 5 or 10%, they cut in because Tesla don't like them. That's not the case. Tesla is up here, but when it was down here, 2 weeks ago, it was 225. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Nobody wanted this. Nobody wanted Tesla calls. It went up here, 238. Nobody wanted Tesla calls. Now 260. If people was going to get Tesla calls, and I don't have a problem with it, you know, but if people are going to get Tesla calls right now, what do you think is going to happen? Like, you think you're going to get huge gains? No. The move was here from 226 to 260. That was the move. If you're lucky, you come across a Chinese stock, because now I look at this and you might say, yeah, that was the move. It gapped up 4 times. Funny thing is, and this is Alibaba, this is not Tesla. The funny thing is, you got a long way to go back to get back to 117, 120, 124, 135, all that kind of stuff. We got a long way to go. So when I look at an Alibaba, when I look at a Tesla on Alibaba, I'd rather go to Alibaba. Let me get a $115 call for last Friday of October. Let me get those kind of contracts. Tesla, I needed to pull on back a little bit. And again, people will say, why Alibaba instead of Tesla? Tesla ran all this, and it's already near, you know, a recent price target. Alibaba, on the other hand, got much more room to run when you zoom out. Much more room to run. You know, Tesla wasn't even at the prices Alibaba was at. Alibaba was up here, man. 2021, you remember those times. Like I said, it's risk to reward ratio. Yes, Alibaba's already ran. I agree with you on that, you know. I got nothing against that. But how many times is it going to gap up? 1, 2, 3, 4. It can gap up again. These stocks got momentum. When you trade in something with momentum, trust me, this market, when you trade something with momentum, this market can surprise you. It can shock you. You'll just see some stock that just gaps up 6 times. You'll be surprised. What was the other stock I wanted to put on your radar? Was it Snowflake? Yeah, Snowflake. Look at the consolidation, right? Consolidating. This is might sell off more. But risk to reward, let's be honest. We near the lows, 113. Look at what happened back in, was it mid-August? Moved all the way to 136. We got a $25, $30 move. Once this starts uptrending, and you guys know me, I'm gonna get my little call, my $125 call for end of October, And when it pops and people are like, oh, I missed it. When all this consolidation was happening, what were we doing? We were plotting. Look at that. We plotting. We're starting to see signs. Let it pick up steam. Let us see people buying calls. Let us see people who are more bullish on it. Let a little bit of good news come out. We're going to get another one of these. You're going to get a $30 run. Just wait. It's consolidating right now. It's loading up. I'm going to get my calls sometime this week. And I'm going to call it out. You know, people were surprised sometimes when we swing for 5-10 days. There's a reason. If you want to risk a couple $100, this is the place to do it. People will be surprised when they see a contract turn from 200, 250, 300 to 1,000 to 1,500. You just put in a couple $100. If that couple $100 goes to 100, cool, I'm out. If that couple hundred goes to 300, I'm gonna say, okay, let me see what the chart's doing. Let me see what Snow's doing. If that couple $100 overnight jumps up here, I'm gonna say, all right, I know what time it is now. I know we're bullish. I know we're going up to the 133s now. Give yourself time. Look for these kind of setups. Look for the undervalued opportunities. Look for the real opportunities. Remember, like I said, Tesla back here. These are the opportunities. 196, 200. Okay, I know you're not going to buy at the low. That's fine. 205, 215. Get those calls for 20, 30 days out. And it's going to cost you a couple hundred. Yes, I understand. Not every play can... Look, the market was not made so we can always turn $7 into $300. It's not... That's tough. But you can trade and put a couple $100 in, something like this when it's over here, and hold it till it's over here. Same with the stocks which are dying. Can't think of one right now. I think Palo Alto maybe. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. This looked like it could sell off, right? Palo Alto, looks like, in fact, yeah. Moving averages have already crossed to the downside. They tried to get back together. They diverging again. Guess what? This looks like it could be on for puts. Down to these levels here. In fact, yeah, I'm looking at Palo Alto puts. What do you mean? This could be on for puts like crazy. Ooh, this is nice. Yeah, this is nice. Look at Palo Alto puts this week, guys. Look at Palo Alto puts. You know, even if it drops $8 and that's it, it bounced on this line, fine. But what if we do what we did back then at this level? Look at July. We broke this level. Where did we go? Woo! And that was without earnings, by the way. We were at 340. We dropped all the way to like 290. Oh, we dropped like $50. Oh, Palo Alto puts. So you see why I'm swinging this Palo Alto puts? You can see why. Like, it's clear, right? There's no questions asked about this. Oh, yeah. See what I'm saying? This is... So if you see me get a 325 strike price because of my support at 326, and you see me holding that for, 6 days, 7 days, come on, you guys know the deal, right? Let me just write it in the chat. You see, like, yeah, price could reverse here, but we could also drop way below that. What happened last time we was at this price point? Remember this breakdown on the Palo Alto puts. This could be the one. This could really be the one. And like I said, not every time it's going to be a call out. Sometimes I'm just doing this so you guys can see what to take yourself. You guys see what the deal is. You guys know what's up. It's also sometimes, like I've shown you guys in the chat, sometimes I lose, so I don't want to call out every single one, right? Let's look at Palo Alto Friday, what it did. Last couple of days. Ooh! Nobody... guys, are you talking to me or what? This is put territory. This is really put territory. Ooh, look at that. We was at 343. Sold off, pushed up, rejected by the moving average, sold off. Okay. Guys, you know what's up right now. This is put territory. And all I want to say is, look at this hourly chart, bearish. Trade your chart and execute. I'm not blaming anyone, but you know how many times we were up in different plays last week and people didn't sell, people didn't take profit. PayPal chart. Is this bullish or is this bullish until Friday? Trade the chart. There ain't really much to it. There's a lot of people that don't want to trade their chart. They want to trade guesses. They want to take PayPal calls here. Well, Is this the time to take the calls, or is it putting on back before you go higher? I'm telling you, it's going to pull on back a little bit, right? We don't want to take the calls. Again, I called this one when it was, I think, $51. That was November 2023. We got to go all the way left here. Yeah, like $51. Oh, yeah, November 2023. That's the first time I mentioned this, and I said that buy shares because I don't know when it's going to pop, but it's going to pop. New CEO, positive news, revamping the company. Lo and behold, you're at 77 now. When we get back to 117, you're going to see. Or 118, that's my price target. Okay, I was off by $1. Cool. When we get back up to that level, you are going to understand then. You're going to understand. Everyone's going to be talking about PayPal. Oh, PayPal owns Venmo. Oh, PayPal Alex Karp. Oh, he's such a great CEO. Come on now. PayPal's at 77 right now. What's stopping you from getting a leap, for, I don't know, January? I don't know. What's stopping you? Nothing should be stopping you. You see it. You see the chart. You see this is a good opportunity. Let it pull on back a little bit, and then let's move higher. Let's pull on back, and let's push up to the $88 level. Let's keep going higher and higher and higher. Right? There's a lot of potential in some of these stocks. I think Walmart Walmart is slowly uptrending. Nobody realized Walmart's slowly uptrending. Slowly uptrending. Let me see what's up with Walmart. Maybe double top here. We'll see. Not really, but just looks like it's pushing on higher. Any questions on that so far?
No, there's no questions. I think you really explained it very well. I see that you're using mostly like more like day charts as opposed to like the smaller minute, like 5 minute and stuff like that. Because that's what initially I was doing. But are you saying that maybe day analytics are a little bit more accurate when it comes to calls and puts? Is that what you want to use mostly, or it doesn't really matter?
It does matter. I'd say are you trying day trade or swing trade?
More day trade.
Day trade, you want to be looking at the 15-minute chart. You want to be looking at the 5-minute chart. You want to be looking at the hourly as well to get the overall trend of the last couple of days. For example, Walmart, right? If I put maybe the 15 or the 5, let's see. All right, so here's a nice put entry. Right there. Reversal. Back-to-back red candles. Test of the moving average. Retest. And we just start selling off. You want to look at the 5-minute, the 15-minute. That's going to give you a good idea. It's going to tell you, or just, it depends what you're doing. If you want to get 20%, those kind of things that I just showed you is ideal for 20%. If you want to get 50%, you might have to try and swing it. Who knows? It all depends on your entry. Your entry is more important than your exit, really, because your entry is going to set you up for success. Good question, though. Thank you for that. I feel like it's freezing a bit. Any other question? But it's all about execution. It's all about execution. I'm telling you. Last week, only reason I was able to to profit off of, what stock was it? What stock was it? Disney. We traded end of the week, right? Come on, guys. You see the chart. They pointed out in the chat. I need to tell you nothing about this. Sure, we got rejected at moving average. We wicked off. Once we break, if we do break, watch us go fly past 103. We'll see what we do at this level because there was consolidation before. But we still got a nice $5 move within the next couple weeks. That was Disney. It was pretty easy. I mean, the favorite one from last week is still the one and only Match. And again, you don't need to know none of these stocks. Like, I had never heard about this stock until last study session, right? This stock gave me about 170% returns. 117. Look, you see the breakout, right? Trending above the moving average, breaking above the moving average, pull on back, rip. You see this right here. You see the trend, right? The two levels, two lines I've drawn to mark the trend. The tops of the price action, the bottoms of the price action. And we break out. Breaking out. Come on now. This is quite easy, right? Same with Micron. Didn't we just smack Micron on the head? Like, the way we smack Micron on the head, it shouldn't even be illegal because we destroyed Micron, right? We went crazy with Micron. Micron was the thing.
Broke out and you retested too. My bad. I just came in and did.
Oh, you're right. We retested.
Broke out and you retested.
Right, this level right here, we retested. Oh, hold up. Nah, thank you for pointing that out. In fact, you see this, guys? Come on, man. You guys know what's up. Like, this is, I won't say simple, but from here, it started uptrending. You know why we was in the calls. Sure, the gap up was lucky or whatever you want to call it. Hey, there ain't no, it's not 400 and 500% returns ain't always going to be pure execution. Sometimes there is luck going to be involved. But before the gap up, we was already eating because you see the lines cross to the upside. It's just doing what, look, double bottom on the daily. Funny thing is, Micron still got loads of gas. You got time. You guys know the deal. So, you know, any other questions in regards to that? Any question? Let me know. Sure enough, you got anything to say, somebody? Let me know.
I got a
y'all
question.
got some questions.
I got a question because I know they got some questions because I got a question. They got questions and we need all questions and we just got questions.
Exactly.
What are you at? I think it was it Faithful Pearls?
How many people is in there? I can't really see right now, but how many people is in?
Ogana, and who else said something to me in J Dude. Okay, they want to know how you find contracts. So with the contracts, your best bet is, well, me personally, I just go in the money now, or one or two strikes at the money. What I mean by in the money is, like if the stock price is at one, what are we looking at right here?
Micron.
Micron. So it's at 107, right? If we were to get calls or puts or whatever, I would get a 107 or 108. I don't know how those contracts look, but in the money is mean you're getting literally where the stock is at. Like if Disney was at 90, we're getting 90 calls. Let's go to Disney. Go check that out, gang.
Sure.
Could we just played that?
Facts. I'm still in it, but yeah, you know. Right, you see it?
So, I don't know what Shonuff had, but
Shonuff,
basically,
do you want to share screen or?
Hold on, you got to come to the mic. Do you know what in the money, at the money cons are?
I kind of do. I feel like I've researched something along the lines of that earlier when I was doing my research. Not really all the way in, but it's not a hard concept to grasp. But you can go over it real quick just to see if I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it ain't hard to grasp at all, right? So at the money is like, okay, so Disney at 96, right? So if Disney at 96, if we were going in the money would be a 96 call. Like if we were getting calls, we're just saying calls. We're gonna go say all calls because that's what we had. But if we were to go in the money, we would get a 96 call, or everything under 96 because a call is going up and the price is at 96. So the closest in the money would be 96, and then 95 and below that's in the money. You feel me? The lower you go in the money, the more insurance you got. But those contracts expensive as hell. So you want to go like right there at the money, which would be a 96 call, or you can go at the money. The farthest I would go, you got to know the ATR of the stock. So with the ATR, I mean with the average, what does it stand for? Basically, how much the stock moves in a day. So with Disney, you would only want to go like a 97 call. You wouldn't want to go too much further than that. That would be at the money 97 call. At the money is just right there past in the money. You got in the money, at the money, out the money. You don't want to go out the money. You can go out the money, but you want to go out the money on a monster like Tesla, Nvidia, or something that really moves. That's the only time you want to go out the money. Or unless you got a lot of time on your contracts, like a lot of time. Otherwise, going at the money and in the money is the best way to go. This past week, if Prince want to go drop down to a lower time frame, do you grasp that though? The in the money.
Yeah, no, I definitely grasp that. I also have like, once Prince shows the one that you're trying to indicate, there's a stock that I actually want to bring up to see what y'all would do just based off of what y'all would see. But let me just bring up the one that you're trying to see real quick.
Okay. Showing up, do you want to take over real quick and just go busting it down so we can get up out of here sooner or later?
So what time frame you want me to go? 15?
It's all up to you, bro. Whichever one of y'all want to do it.
I got it.
Go to the 1 hour. My bad. 1 hour, 4 hour, one of those.
Okay.
Somebody had asked, how do you identify a good setup?
Well, there.
Oh, you got your extended hours on. Take them off, please.
All right. What?
Press the ETH. My guy. Appreciate it.
Nice. So, okay. I mean,
what's a good setup is when a stock is trending and is making higher highs, higher lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs. Higher highs and higher lows means it's going up. Lower lows and lower highs mean it's going down. What's a good setup is when you break that higher that higher high, and then you come back to retest it to make a higher low to go back to break the higher high it made. If that's not understandable, if you look at Disney right here on that whole uptrend to the left, it's literally it's a stairwell. It's a staircase, whatever you want to call it. It's stairs. It's stepping on top of each other. So you don't want to play it on the breakout. You want to play it on the retest.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
And that can go from that's simply it. Like if you go to your four, just might as well just let Shonuff take over, big dog.
Yeah, that's fine.
And just let him just do his thing.
That's fine. But let me just put one more point in before we switch over. You guys see September, right? Mid-September, flew up here. Cool, put on back, consolidated. You guys know what's happening here when it starts consolidating. It starts slowly uptrending again. It's time to break out again. That's all it is, right? That's pretty simple. You guys got that one, right? We bullish, steamed up, sold off a little bit, consolidated, and you know what starts again? You know what we're starting again. Don't be surprised to see us push higher and higher past to get back up to all these levels up 99, 100, etc. You know?
Facts.
Do your thing, though. I'm going to start watching your stream now.
Oh, you'll see it? Okay. Do a replay.
Shonuff is just gonna go into depth of market structure with you guys. but it's all Prince. Prince uses moving averages with market structure, and he's gonna play the trend, and he's gonna capture his move. That's all you really want to do. You want to play with the market. You want to play the trend. You don't want to go against the trend. You want to just play the trend. You know, just wait for the pullback. Don't get excited when it breaks out and you see it flying. Like, there's no point in getting excited, because if you get in 9 times out of 10, that bitch gonna pull back on you. You're gonna be sick to your stomach. Just wait for it to come back to you.
Exactly that.
But sure enough, he's gonna go into depth. He's gonna go into depth of exactly what it is, and he just can. He's just the one that can explain it the best and the fastest.
Yes, most efficiently.
Thank you, Bob. All right. So piggybacking off, just gonna echo what Bob was saying, right? How do I know when we see a good setup, right? If we're in the uptrend, we're making higher highs, higher lows, right? If we're in the downtrend, we're making lower highs and lower lows, right? I don't want to go long here where it's higher high. I want to go long at the potential higher low, right? So use Disney, for example, right? If you look here, we got a change of character, right? And also for my people who trade support and resistance, you got resistance, resistance, resistance. It broke through. Now, a lot of people miss this run. And I said it in the chat. I said, hey, this is your time to get in calls if you miss this run of Disney. Like, it's going to pull back. So I'm just going to play. All right. Play button. Boom. So right on that retest, what do you do? Retest to go higher. All right. However, you do your analysis on your higher time frames. Now, if you want to enter on the higher time frames, that's totally up to you. Me personally, I dropped down to a lower time frame, which was here. I have a double bottom in this area, followed by inside bars. Once that inside bar is broken on that double bottom, I'm getting calls to my stop loss here. And as you see, right, I want everybody to get excited when the stock is on that pullback down here. I don't want y'all to get excited up here, right? Because look at the risk to reward. 93 to 96, almost 97, a $4 move compared to a $2 move, right? Look at the risk to reward. Then taking that breakout. Now, if you're a breakout trader, take it. Like, there's nothing wrong with trading a breakout. Just know the consequences, right? Sometimes on a pullback, I don't get it. I don't get pullbacks sometimes, but I'm okay with missing that run. Now, I do have other strategies where I can drop down to a lower time frame to get inside a trade, but you have to be comfortable and you have to know how to read candlesticks and market structure really well to do that.
Okay, I was gonna say that because you kind of sold me out, bro. I got in on that last little bit with Prince on that day right there. If you see the market is Disney was in an uptrend, and as you see, as his golden line right there, it broke it, and it came back to retest. We got in calls right there. Those calls went like 70%. Sure enough, got in his calls way at the bottom where he showed you his shit went 300, 400, 500%. You can't. We gonna start. I'm had to cut you off, show. I had to, right? Because you guys are not gonna snipe like him. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Not just yet. This is what he been working on. He taught me this shit. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Please do not chase his 300, 400, 5. Since people didn't join up, he didn't posted 2,000% gainers. You don't see that shit. You don't see it. We got me and Prince. We took our 70% up there. Disney went 70%. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad. You can't go to the bank and tell them, hey, I'm going to give you $50. Can you give me 72% return on my $50? You can't do it nowhere else. So don't be chasing that crazy gains he give you. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to teach you how to play it, but don't chase his gains. Know what you're doing. Just do it for yourself. Because if you try to chase his gains, it's going to end up real bad. That's all I want to say.
Good job, Bob. And that was it. That was it for Disney, right? Really, just this, right? Just this setup. When the uptrend, boom. Entry here, I'm gonna sell there. Wait for a pullback. That was it, all right? Well, also, let's look on the higher time frames on Disney, right? Why did it reverse here, right? Why is price pulling back here? A couple of reasons why. Where is it? Because if you look here, price was consolidating this area is where it took off before. If I drop down to my lower time frames, what do I see as so on the pullbacks, I like to see reversal patterns, right? My reversal patterns are on the pullback, double bottoms. If we in the uptrend and pulling back, I want to see a double bottom, bullish rectangle, inverted head and shoulders, falling wedge, right? What do we see here? We see an inverse head and shoulders. What does price has to do? It don't have to do this, but price should come back down and test that neckline to go higher. That is it. You just got to be patient. The problem is people don't want to be patient, right? I had to wait from Thursday of the 19th all the way to Tuesday to find an entry. And I was telling people in the Discord, just be patient. It's going to come. I had to wait 3-4 days for that setup to come to me. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because when that setup came, I got 400% on that.
Oh, no. Is that slide deck in the chat anywhere? Or is that just like
no, I got to clean it
have?
up. It's some stuff I got to clean up before I make it a PDF.
All right, copy.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap with you, bro. You don't get that, bro. We did this exclusive, bro. You gotta just come in here and get it. He ain't gonna give it to you. He ain't gonna let him lie to you. You ain't get it.
All this stuff is I found on the internet. I just drew this in PowerPoint myself. Internet. Nothing special about this. Right? And that was it. The other trade was let's talk about the Chinese stocks, right? Futu. This was a weekly, right? This was weekly. We was respecting this trend line, but also what we was doing was making higher lows in this trend line. So back in August, I said Futu for a 3-month swing can pay. Now I didn't expect it to go down near $30 in a month or two. Did not expect in 2 weeks. Did not expect that, but hey, it happened. The same thing, right? Higher low, came down, higher low, break the structure, higher high, pulls back, go back up, and that was it. We took CELH, and you see this market structure on all time, not CELH, Upstart. All right. I think it was on the hourly. Yes. So this is what we saw. Same thing, right? This is what we saw. Same thing. Same as that setup, right? Here. All right. Boom. All right. Has to come back down to test. Once it came back down to test, hammer candle, take the trade. That is it. But you gotta be patient. Wait for the pullback. Now, why didn't I take the trade here? Right? Because I have rules. One of my rules is I want to see price retrace back to the 50% retracement in the golden zone. And as you see, that's the 382. But when it touched that 61.8, what did it do? Went up. Those contracts went to 300%. The contracts are a lot cheaper here than here, right? But guess what? There was resistance here, right? Resistance here, right? Guess what? When it broke this time, people entered calls. I know some people bought calls here. You know why? Because certain people's strategy tells you when it breaks last week high, take the trade. which you could have made money, but it was short lived. Well, why not be?
They got that ass clout. Them niggas ain't make no money.
Why not be excited here? I know we in the uptrend on the larger time frames, right? I know we in the uptrend because we're making higher highs and higher lows. You just got to be patient for these pullbacks.
Can I say one thing? Somebody has said, how do you get price targets? You get price targets from simple support and resistance.
Yes, you're correct. So my first price target would be that 41. As you see, when it came up here, what did it do? Get rejected. Came back up here again in the area. What did it do? Get rejected.
The thing is, when it hits your price target, you cannot fight against the chart. You have to respect the chart. As you see, if you don't respect the chart and that bit start peeling back on you and dropping, and you still holding, and now you're going for the hopium, that's when the hopium start kicking in, like, oh, it's gonna reverse back for me. You don't want that. Just respect the chart. You know it's resistance right there. You know it's heavy resistance. Take off most of your money.
Yep. Anything, something else. I see here. Prince talked about the PayPal trade, right? That this was textbook. Like, look at this. This resistance was all year from January. One touch resistance, 2, 3, 4. Finally broke through. Okay, it broke through. Let me just be patient. Wait for a pullback. Uh-oh. I got tweezer bottoms. The price just went up. I had the 75 calls for, was it last week or this week? This week. They went 1,000% from 50. I think they went from like $52 to like $535.
Like I said, he throwing these percentages at y'all.
But that's why I have to stop doing that.
Because he literally snipes at the bottom. There is no other person. You can't even go on Twitter and find the people that make hundreds and thousands. You can't even find them. He just different. He just know how to snipe the bottom. And his risk management, he's not risking that much, and he's gonna flip his money. But sooner or later, he will be a monster, and he'll be making the crazy money that they are making. We just about to hit our third year.
I want to talk about UPS. So same thing with the breakout, right? Same thing. I think we pointed this out a few times. Hey, UPS broke it. Oh, it did. But me, the type of trader I am, I don't trade breakouts. What did the price do? Came back in this range to go higher. But can you be patient enough to wait? Now, this gap down is from FedEx earnings, right? That's all that was. But what do we have right here on that 4 hour? A hammer candle. At that point, you just take the trade. Probably got a hammer candle on the hourly. Or you got an inside bar. You got one right here, broke it to the upside. Boom. So now, if you miss this trade, it's going to provide you another opportunity to get in. All right? Now, let's see if price does this for us. Come down here. Go higher. It's already look like it's starting to pull back. Let's see. Just gotta wait. Because sometimes it don't got to pull back that deep. We can just go straight up right now, tomorrow. And if it does that, I'm okay with it. I'm not trading it because I have rules, right? I have rules. I have to pull back to that golden zone, at least for me to take a trade. So if you're looking for opportunity on UPS to go long or get calls, it's going to provide one for you, but will you be patient enough and will you be ready to take the trade when opportunity presents itself? That's just it. So UPS is one.
Hey, boss man, can you check out this one stock called Zeta and see what you see on there?
Hey, I ain't even heard of this stock. Let's see. Go to my daily. For me, this shit been going straight up. I won't touch it because it look like all the structure. There's no structure right now, right? It's just been going straight up for me. It's just been going straight up. So yeah, I'll see if price can come back to this area. If it shows a reversal pattern, I would go long on it. But that's just my take. It's just been going straight up. I don't know if that helped or not.
Nah, it definitely does. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. What was another one? So I threw this one out there too. Nike, right? No. I was on a lower time frame. Certainly was on a lower time frame. It was here. All right. So what day it was? It was here. And I was trying to get puts. All right. I was trying to get puts. And I got a put here. It didn't really do nothing. I said, what are you doing? Let me look at the higher time frame. The higher time frame is bullish because you know why? What did price just do? It just broke, retest. Okay. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to trade with the trend. I grabbed Nike calls. The next morning, it gapped up. And that was it. I just went to the higher time frame and said, you know what? Trade with the trend. I think I threw this out to somebody. I gave them a clue like, hey, trade with the trend. Let's see, something else. There's another one too. I think. We talked about business, LH. So I still got my eyes on Apple. It's just a slow moving stock, right? So to be honest with you, the calls I entered here, they went over 150% once it got up here. It goes back to Bob point. Like, if this retrace against me, because I'm already in profit, I should not lose money. Even if it does this and validate the move, because ultimately when I enter this trade, I wanted to see this high taken out, right? But price Apple, it just be acting funny. It doesn't move like a $200 stock for some reason. I don't know why. But let's just say it never gets up there and price just goes out. I'm cool, right? You know why? Because I was already up 150% from my entry. I'm not going to let that shit turn to red on me. I'm going to take something.
Bro said, I'm leaving with some.
But I'm going to leave with some. Ain't that's what Denzel said? I'm going to leave with some. But then it goes back to that entry. But guess what I had to do? I had to wait a few days for this. Many people don't want to wait a few days. Again.
Hey, bro. I just looked at what you looking at, bro. Hey, bro. Hey. This raggedy hole here, boy.
Bro, listen, I like it simple. If I have to second guess my setup, I'm not taking a trade. I'll be honest with you. If I have to second guess it, it ain't a setup. It's not a setup. So I do like UPS for calls if the market is bullish, right? However, I want to look at SPY on daily. We have a possible hanging man. All right, we got a red hammer candle at the top of an uptrend, followed by inside bar. It could come back down. Does it have to? No, because I haven't looked at futures. It can just gap up tomorrow. And if you struggled with SPY last week, it only moved $7. Like it was tough. It was tough to trade SPY last week. It just was. So that's SPY. Roblox, right? This goes back. So if you watch Roblox, it's just been trading this range, this resistance since 23. 1, 2, 3. What did it do this third time? Came right back up there. Drop down to your lower time frame. Got a gravestone doji, even though it's green, but it's at the top of that range. Get in the trade, put your stop loss above. But what did it do? Boom. Now, I am curious because the weekly on Roblox is bearish. Now, drop down to my hourly, right? Structure has changed on my hourly. So now, if this is going to be a bearish week for Roblox, what I'm going to do is, let me get rid of all these lines. I'm going to wait to price, come back up here, probably this moving average, grab a put, and trade it back down. But also got to be cognizant of the 4 hour though, right? Because it could bounce. It could bounce in this area too. If you look, here. But what I don't like about it, price is under the 50 moving average on the 4 hour. So that helps me with thinking, hey, grab puts because price is below the 50 moving average on the 4 hour. So I'm looking at that for puts. But if it decides to bounce, okay. Here, PFE, Pfizer, right? 4 hour, same thing, right? Made a new high, price came back down to this area. Look what it did. Almost moved a dollar move on Pfizer. That's huge. A dollar move on Pfizer is huge. And it's a wick at the 50 moving average, a hammer candle on a weekly. I'm curious to see what healthcare going to do this week. That's that one. McDonald's. I saw this set up on the 15-minute. Same thing. Here. Same exact setup. All right. Here's my high. Pull back. And that pullback, what did it give me? It gave me I don't know if you would say a pin bar candle right there. That was it. But I'm pretty sure if I drop down to my 5-minute, it's going to be a better candlestick. Feel your hammer candle right there. No, that's not it. Hold on. It's right here. Yep. And that was it. I saw it. I didn't take the trade. Nah, I see setups all the time. Bob gets on me about that. So we did take a SPY trade though. I think Gavin called it out.
That was QQQ double bottom.
QQQ. What day was that? Thursday.
Oh no.
Here you go, right here. Oh yeah, here go example where price didn't go back up here, right? Guess what? Double bottom. You want to enter it on that when you enter on the 5-minute. One touch inside bar. It broke to the upside. Contract to 150%. Now, originally, my price target would have been up here, but it never got up there. And once it started retracing against me, okay, I'll close this trade. I'm not about to give you my whole 150% and lose my money. It doesn't always work. That's what I'm saying. Just because I trademark, it doesn't always work. I don't want y'all to get that in your mind that it always works. It doesn't.
Yeah, and you also got to know what you're trading. That's QQQ. So you don't. Yeah, if QQQ would have did that and went all the way back up there, that would have been insane.
Yeah, that definitely would have been insane.
Sorry, just a quick question for myself.
Sure.
So what indicators do you use? Like, because I see you moving from one ticket to the other, and obviously you can see like the, like the zigzag, basically they're already there. So what indicators do you use?
Repeat your question.
He asked about the indicator, the zigzag indicator, and then the SMA, which is the 50. Pretty sure he said that, but the zigzag indicator.
Yeah, so the zigzag or market structure indicator, it moves with that time frame, right? Oh, look what we have here. Possibly on spot QQQ hourly, right? I don't know. Look what we have here. Right? Previous resistance. I'm just saying. Look at this. Resistance, 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 resistance. Come back down to retest. It could go back up. It definitely could. Well, we just have to see where it's gonna open up tomorrow. I do like it though. Let me see something. Ah, shit, I hate that price. Yeah. We just have to wait and see. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather be wrong here than be wrong up here. All right. If I'm wrong here, okay, I risk $1. I get stopped out. Oh, well. But if you take this breakout, where are you going to put your stop loss at? Way down here? That's too much money you're giving up. So this is one of those low risk, high reward. Because if you're wrong, you're only risking $1.50 to $1. But if it's right and goes your way, look what happens. Do like that on hourly for a day trade.
Let's go back to that AMD trade. What I sold too early, man. That shit had me tight, B. But it's all good in the neighborhood.
Same thing, right? Look at this. Came back to retest. Right. Now, I am curious on AMD though, because I'm gonna go down to my 4 hour. I go to the 4 hour. Change in character. Look like this can be start up a pullback. Right? Now, if this is a true uptrend, AMD should pull back, go.
And y'all see that gap to the left? It got to get filled.
Oh, it's one right here.
It got to get filled. That's where it rejected that. That's why I knew That's why I knew that was the ultimate price target, because it was going to be the first hit of that gap, and then I knew it was going to reject. Now we should get a pullback to get back in calls whenever it reverse. Hopefully, go fill that gap.
But yeah, so for me, I didn't get none of this run on AMD. Guess what? I'm okay with that. I am. You can't catch them all. Frankie said,
break down the whole thing. Go back to. I was about to say break down the whole thing. Like we on that time frame. Why did AMD start running like that? Go to your weekly to tell you. It's the same thing.
Came back down to previous resistance. Boom, went up. Now it ain't gonna go straight up. It's gonna pull back. That's the weekly.
You got your double bottom though. What he was talking about. Say you missed the first run up, you got your double bottom, that second side. That's what you capitalize on the root, does nothing. You know, if you miss the first one, there's always gonna be another one. You gotta just be patient. Not saying it always gonna happen, but it can. Inside hammer candle, that's money.
Money. Yeah. So if y'all, I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but for my charts, I never post a specific number that I need to see to get in the trade because I don't know. All right, because I trade the pullback. I can't tell you, hey, if it hits 148, get in calls. No, I give you a general idea of an area to look at based on back testing and rules I have when I trade. That's why I take my hat off to people who can give exactly levels to get in when a trade breaks or when price break a certain level. I take my hat off because I just cringe at that. But that's just the way I trade. I don't have anything. But yes, this was a double bottom. Price could start pulling back to go higher. On that pullback, I want to see a reversal pattern, which is one of these. And if we was in the downtrend, I want to see one of these. Double top, head and shoulders, or rising wedge. Any other questions? I am interested in Square too, though. I am interested in Square. One is pull back right to the 50 moving average. I am interested to see what is it going to do here. It's hourly. There's my double bottom. Second, missed that entry Friday. Boom. Damn, that was a good one. That was a damn good one. All right. Even so, say if you got in here, even if it starts to retrace against you, the worst thing that happened to you is you break even because you should be green by now. And this goes back to Bob's question earlier, especially if you went in the money when you bought this contract. So it was at 65, so you'd have bought the 65 or 66 strike price. And slow me down if I'm going too fast.
Was this why you guys were so convinced with MU, or was that something else?
I think Prince, he said that double bottom MU here. One touch, two touch. It's just the extra volatility from earnings.
Oh, got it.
Yep. So they did that. You just take a chance. You play both sides. Another cheap stock that's been running, NEO. All right, NEO been running with a double bottom on a weekly. Look at this. One touch, two touch. And these comps was cheap. Why did it bounce there? I'll go on my monthly. Oh, why did it bounce there? Like, your money is done on the weekend when you put the time in. All right. If you look, this move here started the initial extend up. Like, once it hit here, it just went up. So I'm pretty sure when price came back down, there's probably was some order still there, and they gave you a double bottom on a weekly, one touch, two touch. So I just thought that was interesting. I've been watching it. DE. All right, let's see. DE. I produce Carter. I get right to that. So DE. So this is my weekly. So resistance. Really just been trading this range, pretty much. Pretty much been trading in this range. So we go to my daily. Oh, okay, this is cool. This one I like to see. Let me go on 4 hour. Okay. So this one I like to see. Price for DE, it could continue to go higher, all right? It could just continue to go higher. I won't chase it. Just how I trade, right? I won't chase it. If this resistance pushes back down, which is fine, what I would like to see is price come back down here to go higher. That's it. That's all I'm doing. All I do is just trade the pullbacks. That's all I do. And I'm primarily a swing trader, so that's why I'm looking at the higher time frames. But that's it. That's it on DE, Frank. It can continue to go higher if it wants to, especially because the weekly was bullish. All right, you had a bullish week, so definitely had a bullish week. But if it starts pulling back, go ahead.
Can you take a look at TLT?
Yeah. Resistance, support, resistance, came back to resistance. Let me check daily. Oh, look what we have here. Look what we have here. It pulled back. Okay. Let me look at my 4 hour. Price is below preferred. Treasury. You looking to go long on this?
I'm kind of risking like a 2-day contract call.
Call. I can see calls working. It definitely pulled back. Like I said, pull back to that 50 moving average. See me, if I really wanted to be in TLT, I would have been watching it as price got closer to this 50 moving average, drop down to a lower time frame. You even go down to an hourly if you know how to read the candlesticks. Got in a little down here. But I do like it to go back up and test that 101 area. I don't know how this stock move. These candlesticks look fairly small, so I don't know if it's a slow moving stock or
It is kind of slow. Sometimes it moves. It might move up in a day. Like, it might go up a point in a day.
If you're wrong, you're wrong, all right? Like, shit. Put your stop loss in. That's why we have them.
Right.
I do like it to go back to the upside. I said something else. DraftKings. I do like DraftKings. I did take a look at this over the weekend. Yep, because I got that green line right there. So what I want to see is this is exactly what I want to see. I want to see price. It looks like it's already starting to pull back, but if price come back to pull here, I'll look for a reversal pattern to get in calls to go here. I don't know who called DraftKings out the dividend dog. Y'all know you looking to go long on the right dividend? Yeah, I think he's looking for calls on that one.
Yo, sure enough, you ain't tell me about them affirm puts. I'm looking at you, boy. I'm scouting you.
I ain't doing. Hold on, Nike got earnings Monday.
I'm scouting you, boy. I'm in this bitch acting like I'm Jerome Bettis.
Any other questions?
Come on, guys. No questions.
Anybody want to pull up a trade they took? Like we all take losses. Don't be afraid if you took a L. Like I said, I was trying to short Nike when a higher time frame was happening.
We got Iz in the building. Iz the real sniper.
That DraftKings looked like it might, reach support.
use that. You just look to the left over there, that lower high. That could be used as support, maybe. I don't know. It looked like the candle broke through though, but who knows? There's another candlestick above it or on it.
I mean, it could, right? It could. But my rule for me, how I trade, it has to pull back. If it doesn't pull back to this golden zone, I don't take the trade. That's just me. It could exactly bounce from here. You're absolutely right. Right. It could bounce right here too. Yes, so the pullback is the safest. You're right. I'm trying to think. Like this PayPal, right? This can be puts it back down to here, right? On a retest. Right can play puts it back down. If the market is going to be bearish this week, you can play puts back down to here to see if it do a retest. We got a bearish engulfing candle, right? We got a rising wedge. I got divergence. I don't know. That definitely was a trade to take Friday. Boom. Mahal missed that one. Cool, you can't catch them all like Pokemon. He said you got to catch them all, though, but I can't.
Hey, that RCL had paid. You remember what I was saying? It was creating a cup and handle. I never looked back at it from that night. That's nasty work. That been paid though. That been went from 168 to 183.
Yeah, RCL, yeah, it did pay. Yep, right here. Boom, boom, came back down, one higher. Yep, definitely did pay. Any other questions? Yeah, that is true. It said the best. Like there's thousands of tickers in the stock market. I recommend just find a few that work for you. My top stocks I look at on a daily basis: Exxon, Disney, Starbucks, and Nike. They're the ones I look at day in and day out because I know how they move. I have a relationship with them. I know when it's a fake out. I know when they want to go higher. And they better suit my mentality, right?
Exactly that.
Like Tesla, like shit, you can be up 60% of Tesla, then the next candle you can be down 30%.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's because you're playing Tesla with a weekly. That's a dangerous game. I was playing SPY the other day. Man, I could have sworn I was up like 60-70%, bro. I went to put the patient in the bed. By the time I put the patient in the bed and got back to my phone, I was at like 10%. I said, well, what the fuck? That happened in 10 minutes. Two sliced candles. I said, ain't no way, bro.
Look at Q-Pain. Pull back to this area to go higher.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with SPY.
Facts.
Any other questions? I'm curious of Snap too, though. I am curious about Snap. It's a slow moving stock. It is a slow moving stock.
No, that ain't interesting.
All right, you can see every time. Yeah, see, yeah, slow moving stock. Once they hit it here, it bounce. I'm just curious to see what it's gonna do.
Damn. Hey, Snap. I've been having this level on Snap for forever, and they made a double bottom with a hammer candle.
Yep.
Yeah, I got eight I got 864. I never looked back. I ain't look at this for so long. And 17. Wow. Okay. I got that 1720. Made a double top up there and fell all the way down to this spot. And now is that his range or something?
What? Yeah, it's
that's Snap's range.
So just I had a theory. So Snap has earnings at the end of this month. What if they push this shit back up to the top of that range?
Imagine that.
That got to be what they finna do.
Hey, but Snap is a shitty company, so the fundamentals don't match it.
The company is dead, bro. That company is finished.
Yeah, it doesn't match it.
What is Snap? That ain't Snapchat.
Yes, it is.
Snapchat.
What do you think?
That is Snapchat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why y'all say that's a shitty company then?
Is it
People still use that?
Bro? Nah, they getting run out of the water, bro. It's not 2014 anymore.
You're right.
Nah, all the ads is expensive if people want to run Snapchat ads. In comparison to the other social media platforms, they've been declining in number of users and revenue, everything, the Instagrams, the Metas, the WhatsApps, the Twitters, the Threads has all been going up. Snap just ain't the same no more. Like, their thing is sending a picture quickly. Nobody really doing that no more. You can do that on Instagram DMs. You can do that on, other platforms. I think you can even do that on what's it called? WhatsApp.
Straight up.
It ain't the same. What else Snapchat used for? Viewing people's stories. Now we all know Instagram got stories, WhatsApp got stories, Meta, Facebook got stories now. So it ain't special in that regard. Messaging people, okay, we've got another 5 platforms to do that. Running ads, like I said, you're not really following people to watch their stories. Again, you're doing that on Instagram and stuff. The main influencers are doing it on Instagram, those kind of stuff. So yeah, Snapchat ain't just the same anymore.
Yeah, he has said it best. It's demographic. It's a lot of young kids, like teenagers, but those ain't the ones who paying the bills.
Exactly.
I don't know how their revenue model is. I never opened up a Snapchat account, so I don't know if it's a monthly subscription or what.
That's a good point as well.
So, I don't have anything else. There go another example. Just being patient for AppV. We did catch some of this move, right? But as you know, the more time you get on your contracts, the more expensive. Same thing. Double bottom, retest to go higher. That is it. NVIDIA. I didn't look at it. So NVIDIA, I am expecting. So I'm curious on NVIDIA because look at this. So I'll do this. Let's see this area will be touched a few times, right? Now if I drop down to my hourly, look where it's at.
Hey.
Right there.
Hey.
I mean, so I am curious about NVIDIA. And then, like I said, target here. We'll see. Definitely will see.
What indicator you got on your charts?
I'll send it to you. I don't know the exact names. I just know like higher lows market structure.
Okay.
And the 50 SMA. Yeah, but no, I like NVIDIA long. If it wants to come down to this 4 hour, a little bit deeper retracement, it definitely could. I would watch out for this area here. Why this area? Because that area is where it just shot up from. So I'm pretty sure there's some order sitting there. Still.
Yep.
But like I said, this is previous resistance, now support. So this would be a good entry too. Like I said, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, okay, so be it. just stick with it because it may do come back down here and give you a better entry. It may do come back down here to give you a better entry. Who knows? Anything else? I know you said firm put. I looked at the firm. It definitely was firm put. So I did see that.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm all on your stuff, boy. I'm looking. I'm scouting. He be holding back, Prince.
I know.
I do not be holding back.
I know
He be holding back. Hey, he be holding back for real. Hey,
they know when you holding back.
Hey, he be having so much shit charted to scare you, Prince. I'm trying to tell you.
he gave.
Don't listen to Bob.
Hey, he be having so much shit. He be having so much shit charted. It'll scare you, boy. I be going through his shit to get my shit sometimes.
He gatekeeping. I know that.
Do not listen to that guy.
Hey, he got shit charted that he'll never play. That's how much shit he got charted.
Yeah, he got it. He got more than me.
Never know.
He got more than me.
Oh, so I'm gonna bring up SMCI. Like I'm so pissed.
And that's why. That's why you couldn't hit it because you was cuffing.
Look at this. So
because he
I'm
was
gonna show
cuffing.
you. Look at this. I'm gonna show you. So same thing. Right? And I set an alarm here. I set alert here, right? Now I set alert. Tell me when price get back to this area, right? And it did. So the alert went off the 23rd, which was Monday. So right here. Here's my alert for SMCI. Monday the 23rd at 9:50, at 10 o'clock, right here. Here's that double top, which is a reversal pattern. And then
what the 5 minute gave you?
Let's see. Let's go to the 5 minute. It gave you inverted hammer at the top, inside bar, boom. Like listen, and I set this alert back on August 23rd. See, you had to wait a whole month for this setup to come back to you.
And y'all want to know what's funny about that though? People always be like, "Oh, news came out. This news came out. That bro. If the news came out, bro, you're late as hell, bro. Your ass is grass. As soon as SCI went right back to that market structure level, news came out and they said something, whatever. They said whatever they happened. I don't know what happened, whatever happened, but it was very bad. And them 5 in 15 minutes, contracts went from like $5 to like 40 to like 4,000.
And I said it too because I knew when it broke here, it did a major sell-off. So I said, you know what? I'm setting alert because that shit may can happen again. And they gave it to me. Once I get that alert, I want to see how I can make that alert repeat because I need to hit twice. It had my setup there. Also, you want to know who got trapped right here? Retail buyers. Retail people who went short. Once they seen this broke. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Go short here. Because your risk to reward is better here than here. Okay, you go short here. Where you going to put your stop loss? All right. Guess what? Guess what a lot of retail people did? They saw this low of the month broke. And what did it do? It just bounced. No, I wasn't in ES. I was on a flight back to Dallas. That's all I'm asking y'all. If you're gonna short it here. Don't short it right here.
Oh.
That's it. Could it keep going? Absolutely. But you want to know how to play this short? wait for a break, and a retest. That's it. That's how you play that. Or it may not even get a retest. It can just go straight back up here. Who knows?
But that was a sick play, bro. That could have made somebody a year.
Bro, what?
No, somebody did get in.
Wait, somebody turned like
somebody got Twitter.
200.
Somebody turned like, somebody made 4.6 mil or something like that on that.
That's crazy work. Any other questions? It's 8 o'clock. We've been here for almost what, an hour? No,
2 hours, bro. 2 hours. I did a whole hour.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other questions? We're disconnect. All right, Bob, your boy playing Lamar Jackson. Go watch him.
Yep.
You have any questions?
He's about to.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the game on right now.
He's about to throw the Bills. But anyway,
Just
anybody that's got any more questions,
Go ahead,
like
Chris,
Shono
close it out.
said, throw them either show out right now, let us know, or throw them in the chat. But this has been recorded as well. I'll upload the recording this evening. But once again, I want to shout out all of you guys who came through on your Sunday here to learn. Appreciate you for showing up, showing out, tuning in. Make sure if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share if you made it here. And be back here next time for another one. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
I do want to say one thing.
Let's do it.
We want to get you all involved too. We want to increase the engagement. All right,
Yeah.
y'all can hear us talk between the pace. We want to see you all bring up your chart and walk us through your trade. Show us why you took it, the psychology behind it. What was your strategy, right? Because if we can provide feedback to you, that's the only way you can get better. Instead of just listening to us repeat our trade. So we may set out a day where you all can come up here, show your screen, and show us why you took the trade and why you entered or why you exited the trade. You know, what did you see to make you get in the trade? Because that's only going to make you better. And if you lost money, we all do. Like I said, I tried to short Nike when it was in the uptrend. It was a small loss, but I had to realize the higher time frames was bullish. So we want to get in the habit. Don't be afraid, right? Please don't be afraid. Well, with that being said, enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll catch up with y'all later.
Thank you guys.